Hi, hello, good evening. Today we are going to learn about Appearance Profiler tool in Navisworks. I'm going to show you how it works and how to use them in a project. Alright, we have to learn the basics so that we can use them in the project. To learn the basics, I'm going to open Revit. Okay, let's open Revit. Let's not go for the bigger project. So let's keep it as simple. Let's create a new project. And I'm going to draw some wall. Okay, so this is a wall, and the wall type is generic 200 mm. Let's have two of them, and copy the same, and just to change the type to generic 300 mm, and then copy again, then create another another type. Okay, so we have some walls. They are different in types. Okay, so now I'm going to export this file as Navisworks file. Okay, so I'm going to export this as Navisworks. Let's go to File, Export, Export as NWC, and I'm going to save it in desktop. Let's create a new folder. Call it as profile. Actually, it is appearance profiler. Okay. Okay. Revit file, and let's go to Navisworks settings. So these are the Navisworks settings, and we have to check all the export settings. Check all the export settings and say OK, then save. Navisworks cache file is created. Now I can close this Revit. Actually, I don't need this Revit file, but let's just save appearance profiler Revit file. Okay, let's go to number of backup 1 and save. Now I'm going to open a Navisworks file. Okay, so this is a sample project. I'm going to open something new. Okay, and let's not save anything. So this is a new Navisworks file, and I'm going to open the exported Navisworks file, appearance profiler folder, and I'm going to append this NWC file. Now you can see we have 6 walls, and each of them are different in types. Okay, these two are different types, and these two are a generic 300 mm type, and these two are different. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the appearance profiler dialog box. So this is appearance profiler dialog box. Okay, so here we have two options. We can do appearance profiler by set and by property. Okay, let's learn the concept by selection set. I'm going to create the selection. For example, I'm going to save these three as one selection set. Save selection. So let's keep it here. Selection set. So we can save this again. Let's go to save selection and give a name. Selection 1, and take these walls as selection 2. Selection 2, and I'm going to take these two as selection 3, or I can also take these 4 as selection 3. Selection 3. Now I'm going to the dialog box. Okay, so we have to see the model. Okay, so now, so whatever is there, I'm going to delete all. Yeah, and I'm going to refresh by set. So we have selection 1, 2, and 3. I can select and I can test selection. It will highlight. You can see here. So it is highlighting the set, and I can select the selection set, and then I can add a color. So I can choose any color. Let's keep it as red. And I can also mention the transparency, and I can give add. So once I give add, the command will get added in here, and then I can run the command. Let's add. Okay, so let's add. Oh, now it is black. It's supposed to be red in color. Say okay. Now I can update again. I can just update. So now I updated. Okay, now I just updated, and I can run the command. Once I run, you can see selection 1 objects have become red. Now let's add another rule. Selection 2. So selection 2 means these 3, and I'm going to give a color. Let's give a color as this one. Okay, say okay, and add it to the list, and then run. Now you can see these 3 are magenta color. Now you know that we have already given color for all the wall, but we can also override the color by adding another rule. In case if I select selection 3, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. So in these 4, 3 walls are in another set, entirely in another set, and 1 wall in another selection set. Okay, so this wall is in selection 1, and all other 3 wall is in selection 2. Now I'm going to add another rule. Let's add a rule, and I can give a color. Let's give a color and update the color. Now if I say run, you can see all the 4 walls colored as latest. Now we might have a doubt. So I have already given color for selection 2. Why it's changing the color with the latest rule? So this is how it works. Okay, the latest rule will dominate the previous rules. Okay, so in case if you want to save this rule as a file, you can save this rule. In case if you want to delete any rule, you can delete. Okay, delete. If you want to save the rule, you can save. Okay, let's go to desktop appearance profiler and give a name. Okay, save, and you can remove all. Okay, you can remove all. So after that, if you want to load the file, you can click here to load the file, and you can run. You can run. It's easy. Alright, so now you know by set. Now I'm going to show you how it works with the by property. Okay, now I'm going to remove all the color. If you want to remove all the color, you can go to home and then reset all appearance. You can also reset the links. That's fine. Now, so this rule is set by selection. Alright, now I'm going to show you how to use it by property. So this one I'm going to delete. Let's go to by property. Now I don't have any rules. Okay. So before adding any rule, I need to know what property it has. So if I select any wall in the element, uh, I can choose any wall type. Let's take type interior 125 partition. Okay, that's a type. So I'm going to add that as a rule. So here the property category is element. Okay, so here the category is element. So we already have element mentioned here, otherwise we have to type. So after that, the property name is type or type. So here let's add type that equals interior. We have to type, we can't copy paste. Interior hyphen 125 partition. Okay, partition. And then we have to test selections test selection not happening. Any problem? Let's check again. We should not have any error. Element category property is type and interior. Just check for any spelling mistake in partition. Okay, we have to write correctly. So now test selection is working. It's selecting the right element. Now I can add the rule. And I can choose a color and update. Now I can run the tool. Now you can see I can just run the tool and it's changing the color. This works based on a logic. Okay, so by category we are mentioning the properties and it works based on the logic here. Okay, so let's add another one. Let's add another one. Okay, so if I select here the element category property, so category is element and type is generic 300 Let type equals generic 300 and just test and then add. Or if you want to change the color, just change the color and update. Then run. Now you can see the color. So you can also add by set. So in case if you want to choose selection 3 and you can also test a selection and add a color and add the rule and run. So by set or by property, so whatever the rule is latest, that will dominate other rule. Okay. Now I can save these rules in case if I want to use it later on. So sometimes what happens in the project is every time when we update the Revit file, we'll get a set of new Navisworks file. So we can save this appearance profiler and we can load later on. So that way it will be easy to give colors. All right. So now I'm going to show you how to use them in a project. Okay. So I hope now you understand how to use this dialog box to set rules. Now I'm going to show you how to use them in a real project. Let's open a real project. Let's go to file, open a real project. So this is a real project. Now you can see we have loaded from Revit It gives all the Revit properties, but somewhere we get confused, like what system it is. We might get confused because we have white color also and a gray color also, and here also we have white color. So we might get some doubt. So if you want to color this pipe system, then you can use appearance profiler. So just to check the property, we need a system name. All right. So I'm going to use this property to set appearance profiler. So I'm going to delete all. Then by property, by element category, system name. And the system name is roof drainage one. Roof drainage one. And check the selection. Test by selecting. Now I can add a color. Oh, let it be orange. And I can add the rule. Update the color and then run. So now you can see, now you know, so wherever this system pipe is running. So this is how we have to use appearance profiler to give color for the system pipes, for the pipe systems. Okay. I hope now you understand how to use this appearance profiler dialog box. In case if you're having any doubt, please let me know in the comments. Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye.